Look, you yourself said that I shouldn't let him suspect that I'm onto him. Now, if I just keep avoiding him, that's exactly what he'll do.
I hate this.
You and Eden were the ones who started this. Now, all I have to do is just go along with it.
I know. I just wish there was some other way.
Well, you've really gone too far with this to turn back now. Don't worry, I'll just go on pretending that you and Eden are still having an affair, and I'll just play the wounded wife. I'm just so glad that it's not true.
I'm gonna have this over and done with as soon as I can. Hey, Jen.
Hi. Are you about ready to go, sweetheart?
Yeah,
Have fun with Rosa.
I will. I always do.
Yeah, I always did when I was your age, too. Don't be gone too long, okay?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I was just thinking about you.
Well, that's an incredible coincidence. I was just thinking about you, too.
No.
Yes.
I was just sitting here wondering if you were in the mood for the madcap kick-up-her-heels me, or the elegant, incredibly sophisticated me.
How about the madcap but always incredibly elegant and sophisticated you?
The man wants it all.
You bet, the whole package. Shall I meet you there or back at your place?
Well, I was going to ask you if maybe I could just meet you there. Because I was going to stop by and see Dylan first. Nick?
Yeah, I heard you. I don't think I understand why, though.
I just really think I owe him an explanation. I mean, my behavior the last few months has been pretty erratic, and I think he deserves to know why.
Can I come with you?
Nicky, no. I really think I should do this alone.
Okay. But you be careful. Do not let him start calling the shots, as you know he can do.
I know. I'm prepared. I am. I mean, you have no idea how good it feels to finally be able to face him honestly. I mean, this is Dylan now. This is not some ghost of Peter Flint. I'll be okay.
I'm counting on that.
Please don't worry, okay? And listen, I'll meet you at the Orient Express at 3?
3, sharp.
Okay. Bye.
Sorry.
Kirk! Just a minute, I want to talk to you about something. What is this all about? Well?
I don't know what to say.
It's your wife, man. She's leaving town. I'm supposed to ask Cruz for an explanation? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I didn't hear you.
I guess not.
Well, I knew you'd find me sooner or later. It's too bad it was before I finished my masterpiece. It's a shame. I was so close. It really is a shame. You know, it's like Michelangelo being torn from his ceiling. It may not be the Sistine, but it is a chapel. I wish you'd stop looking at me like that. Have I done anything that terrible?
Aren't you a little old for hide and seek?
Maybe. It's not a crime, is it?
You think it's amusing to impersonate a priest?
It's the only way I could get in to see you.
But you haven't seen me, Mason. You've been lurking in corners and confessionals and sending me cryptic messages with this.
You don't like my handiwork?
It's not a question of art appreciation.
Well, at least take a look at my latest effort.
Why?
Because in spite of my admittedly childish behavior, I understand more than you think I do. See what I mean?
It's marking me.
And a man in the distance who shall remain nameless.
Walking away.
Bowing out gracefully, I think is the phrase we're looking for. I overheard your phone conversation with Mark.
And?
Well, I'd been thinking that your marriage was an accident you were going to recover from. Judging from your end of the conversation, I realize I was wrong. So it's time for me to let you steer your own course.
You're just full of surprises, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. Just when you think I'm beyond redemption, I do something reasonable. Just to keep you on your toes. Goodbye, Mary. You won't find me lurking in any more dark corners. Here. You can paint me right out of the picture.
Mason, wait! Don't go.
Just a minute. Look, I'm expecting somebody. Can you come back later?
Hey, sorry, Dylan. The doctor knows best. I'm afraid this can't wait.
What is it?
We have your x-rays. I need to talk to you about the findings.
House call, huh? I thought they went out with the horse and buggy. I must really rate.
Well, I figured I was a little more mobile than you are.
And well, you and everybody else. Now, when can I 86 this skin protein?
Wish I had better news for you, Dylan.
No, I like that about Dr. Sam. Straight to the point.
Hey, listen, why don't you just sit down and listen to the man? Come on.
Limp's not going to go away, is he?
Well, I wouldn't discount some improvement with physical therapy.
But
a severed tendon in this location seldom goes back to what it was originally. Put that together with the nerve damage you've sustained and, well, I think it's unlikely that the movement of the leg will ever get back to normal.
So I'm not so worried about the movement. I just want the pain to go away.
Well, that should get better with regular stretching. That's the best thing for it. I mean, if you keep up your exercises, Mr. Hartley, it'll encourage the tendons and the muscles to repair themselves.
Right.
Look, if you have any questions, I'm only a phone call away. You know that.
Thanks. Sam, will you show the good doctor out? I've had enough exercise for today.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Doctor. I appreciate it.
Anytime, sir.
Please, drive safe. Well. I am sorry, Dylan. I really am.
Sam, if you're hanging around for me to burst into tears, you're wrong.
Oh,
I'm okay.
I know.
I said earlier I was expecting company.
Right. Who?
Never mind.
Not Kelly. Oh, Dylan. You're even crazier than I thought.
Why?
What reason would Kelly ever have to come near you?
Because she can't stay away from me. Do you think I'd stay holed up in this hotel for 2 days if I didn't think she was going to show up?
The message couldn't have been any clearer, man. You've got a limp to prove it.
You're wrong, Sam. Now, she can't live with herself after what she did to me. She's going to have to come around and make things right.
And then?
And then I'll tell her that there's nothing to be sorry for. Sam, I know why she stabbed me. It was a last-ditch effort to deny her feelings for me, but once I make her see that, she's going to admit that she loves me.
You really believe that, don't you?
I'm not leaving this room until she gets here.
Look, every marriage has its problems. My only mistake was in thinking that Eden and I were immune.
You're not really going to try to pass this off as some kind of minor family squabble.
I'm not saying it's minor, Cece. I'm just saying we'll work our way through it. You know Eden. When she gets angry, she takes off and she goes someplace. When she cools down, she'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Now, how does Cruz fit in? Why did Eden want me to contact him?
That I can't tell you.
Can't or won't.
I honestly don't know what he has to do with this.
All right, Kirk. I can't find out from you. I'll get Cruz here and find out from him.
Kirk,
Where did you come from?
I just came from dropping Brandon off to see Mama. What's going on?
Eden wrote some damn note to Cece saying that she left town and to ask Cruz why. Can you believe she did that?
Well, then Cruz will let him know about the affair.
He will.
Yes, of course. He's not going to lie to Cece if Cece asks him openly.
Well, what did Cruz say when you confronted him? I mean, you told him that you knew, right?
He couldn't even deny it. He didn't even try. We are going to stay together for Brandon's sake, though.
Oh. Well, I think that's best. That must be very difficult for you.
Yeah, it is.
Well, if you ever need to talk.
Thanks.
I have to get going. I'll see you.
No, forget the hypnotist. I'd rather talk to Eden again and try to jog my memory that way.
Oh, I'd love to accommodate Eugenia, but it's not possible right now since Eden is out of town. Hello.
Hi, Cruz, it's me. I just wanted to let you know that Cece's going to be looking for you.
Hold on a second. Garth, will you take Mrs. Capwell upstairs for the time being? I want to take this call in private. What's this about Cece?
Eden left a note saying that he should ask you why she left town. Now Cece thinks that you and Eden are having an affair.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll have to set him straight then.
Well, are you going to tell him everything about Kirk and everything?
Yeah, I think it's time Mr. C knew the truth about his son-in-law anyway.
Do you think he'll believe you?
Find out soon enough. I'll be there. Thanks, Santana.
Please, I want you to stay.
I hope you're not saying that just because you feel sorry for me.
I don't feel sorry for you.
Good, because I'm still the same awful person I always was. Everything you didn't like before is still there.
Such as?
Lying, manipulation, same lapses in sobriety. It's a shame I can't grant myself absolution. Heaven knows I'm dressed for the occasion.
Well, there is something you can do.
What?
Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Otherwise, you're doomed to repeat them. Isn't that what they say?
You really expect me to forgive myself for hurting you?
Oh, Mason, that was a long time ago.
Doesn't make me any less ashamed. If there's any one thing in my life that I could take back and do over, that would be it.
We all have things we want to take back. I have a list a mile long.
I bet you'd like to take back the trust you put in me. Your first tentative step into unknown territory, and I frightened you away from it.
Maybe you're frightened too easily.
Lesson you learned from me is that love can be deceitful. That's a terrible thing to teach somebody.
Maybe there's still time for me to learn something else.
No, I don't know, Mary.
What? Say it.
Well, I think your marriage could bring you a lot of good things. Security, happiness. But not the kind of love that I must be crazy. You don't need to hear this from me.
No, I want you to be honest.
The time for me to be honest was months ago when you asked me about Gina. I thought I could postpone the truth.
Mason, you were afraid that I'd run away.
Exactly. I didn't have enough courage to tell you the truth.
Well, I think you're very courageous. It takes courage to tell me all these things you're telling me now.
A little late in the game.
It is late.
Right. You've made your choice. And Mark's won.
Is that what you think?
Do you mean he has been in that room for 2 days?
Oh, in part, it's probably because he couldn't get very far. His leg's not mending as well as he'd hoped.
What did the doctors say?
Well, the tendons are completely severed. Seems like he's going to have to get used to limping from now on.
You mean forever?
Yeah, I just found out. Plus, he's been in a lot of pain, and that's not supposed to get much better either.
I am sorry.
I don't know if I should expect you to feel sorry for him, Nick. I really don't. But I did think that you deserved to know what's going on.
No, thank you for telling me this.
Well, I don't know what we can do about it except give him a wide enough berth until he makes his peace about this. In the meanwhile, he's going crazy. All the talk about Kelly and everything.
Yeah.
Look, Nick, I know that she wouldn't go anywhere near him. But if I were you, I would tell her to make sure she doesn't run into him by accident either. He's got some pretty crazy ideas about her.
Thanks for the warning, Sam. I'm glad that you're still a friend of his. He needs friends right now.
He doesn't make it easy, Nick.
Nope.
I'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
Hello, Capitol residence.
Hi, this is Nick. Who's this?
Hi, Nick. This is Santana.
Santana, would you get Kelly to the phone, please?
I think she just left. I saw her through the window going to her car.
I'd really appreciate it. This is important.
Oh, sure. I'll try. Just a minute, okay? Brandon, I thought you were in the kitchen with Mama.
Uncle Kirk was just telling me a story.
Was that Kelly who was just leaving?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Nick. I tried to catch her, but she was already halfway down the driveway.
All right.
Okay, bye. Brandon, I think it's time you and I thought about getting home now, okay, sweetheart?
Don't we finish the story?
No, maybe some other time, okay? You just go straight to the car, and I'll be right there. I just gotta get my purse. Go to the car.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
All right. Is there something wrong?
No. Brandon has a friend coming over to play this afternoon. We really have to get home.
Well, it didn't bother you that I was just sitting here with Brandon.
Oh, of course not.
I thought we were friends.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's just that it means a lot to me to be able to talk to you, Santa. You know, you're the only one that understands my problem because you're going through the same thing.
Yeah, we do have a lot in common right now.
Brandon's a good kid. You should bring him by more often. I'd like to get to know him better.
Oh, sure. We'll come by again very soon. I promise you. Bye.
I don't think you should see him right now. He needs time to adjust to this news.
No, now is when I should see him. I'll be okay.
Kelly, he drove you to the point of hurting him. You did not attack him blindly, so just give yourself a break.
Okay, all right, but I still have to go in there and let him know how I feel. So he knows that it wasn't all his fault. Let me just tell him that.
Do you mind if I wait out here for you?
No, I don't.
Who is it?
Kelly. Dylan? You okay?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Just hold on. Hello, Kelly. I've been waiting for you.
This is insane. You have any proof?
Well, we will as soon as Gina admits that he is behind the whole thing, and I think she's about to blow his cover any time now. There were other indications, too. Some wiring that was found at the boathouse after the crime has been traced to Kirk. And not only that, he came up with some phony excuse, some alibi with a jeweler up in Ojai just to cover his tracks the night of the attempt. We know all about it.
I can't believe it.
We thought if we could make him suspicious enough, maybe he'd try it again and we'd have him.
Aren't you taking a terrible risk?
Yeah, we couldn't see a better way to flush him out. We figured it's better than standing around doing nothing and waiting for him to try to hurt Eden again at his own convenience.
Kirk Cranston. I was feeling sorry for him because of you and Eden.
Well, you know what they say about appearances. I would never do such a thing to my wife, Mr. C.
Kirk, murder. Well, if he is, I want to know, and I want to know now, because I don't want him around for another second.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to keep your feelings about him to yourself for the time being and not let him know that we're on to any of this.
What are you talking about? I'm supposed to do nothing?
You could talk to Gina. We've been trying to get it out of her. Maybe you'd have better luck.
Maybe. Maybe she just needs an incentive.
Eden already tried using Brandon. She said she'd fix it so Gina could get him back, but Gina didn't bite.
Gina knows Eden doesn't really have the power. Coming from me, it'll probably be different.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm not comfortable at all with that idea. I mean, Brandon finally gets used to Santana and me as his parents, and now we're gonna turn him over to Gina again? I don't think so.
Cruz, it is just going to be a ploy just to get her to talk.
You think she'd trust you on that?
She knows I've always been the final arbiter of Brandon's custody. I think I can get her to believe that I could get the boy back to her.
And I guess we'll have to go with that. If you're ready, I'll take you to her.
Please, sit down.
Thank you. I see you're, using a cane.
Oh, I'm going to be getting rid of this piece of wood in a day or two. Actually, I'm coming along quite well.
Are you in any kind of pain?
No pain. If you want to dance, I'll prove it.
I'm not here to dance, Dylan. I'm here to apologize.
It's forgotten.
Well, not by me, it isn't. Look, I lost control last week.
Kelly, I understand.
Well, I didn't. Until recently. And that's why I'm here, hoping that maybe you will be able to understand a little bit more.
It doesn't really matter anymore.
Of course it matters. Now, you must have blamed yourself, and you shouldn't have. Look, there are things in me, the reasons I did this, that came out of a lot of fear and confusion. And most of it started long before I met you.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I ever told you about Joe, my husband. But I loved him very much. And he was killed by this man that had raped me once and was attempting to attack me again.
Kelly, I know all of this.
Okay, just... Afterwards, I was left with these feelings that I was responsible for his death. And then I started to believe that any other man I got involved with would suffer that same fate, which is why I started to push Nick away. Now, I don't know what was happening. Maybe I thought I wasn't in love with him anymore. But the truth of it was, I was afraid that history would repeat itself.
What does this have to do with me?
You were the one reinforcing my fears, telling me that I didn't love Nick. And I believed it for so long, it started to drive me crazy. You were the one that threatened everything in my life that would have made me happy. And the last time I felt threatened like that was from Peter. And gradually in my mind, I started to confuse you with him. Little things you would say, little things you would do would remind me of it. And what started off as this anxiety led up to this fear for my life.
Kelly, I would never hurt you. You know that.
I know that now. But when Nick and I broke up, I was confused. My reactions, my feelings, they were all out of proportion.
I'm not asking for apologies, Kelly. Besides, I don't think that that's the reason you did what you did.
What do you mean?
You see, I don't believe that he used this way.
Used what?
I mean, it's typical. Now, Nick came up with a psychological explanation, and he talked you into it.
Nick has nothing to do with
Kelly,
this.
you have been in love with me ever since that night we spent together in Santa Rosa. And you have spent every moment since then denying it. You never loved Nick.
Dylan, you're so wrong.
Are you just going to tell me that? And then skip happily back into Nick's arms? Kelly, you cut me, and I am never going to be the same again. And you expect me to be a good sport about it?
Look, don't.
Look, I'm human, Kelly. I have scars on the inside, and now I have scars on the outside to prove it, thanks to you.
It's not going to work anymore, Dylan.
What is not going to work anymore?
You trying to make me feel guilty and trying to frighten me. Look, I am sorry for what I've done, but I'm not responsible for your life anymore. I am not in charge of your life. I just thank God I'm finally in charge of my own.
You all right?
Yeah, let's go.
I heard what you said. You said that you were going to make the marriage work.
You heard wrong. It won't work.
But you said you were going back to Mark.
No, I'm going back, Mason, to tell him how I feel and to get him to agree to an annulment.
An annulment? Is that what you just said?
You were right all along, Mason. I never should have married Mark. My heart wasn't with Mark. It's always been with you.
Would you say that again?
It's you, Mason. It's always been you. I have to talk to Mark first. But don't let me go.
Never let you go again.
Lord have mercy.
Mother Isabel.
Mary, I don't know what to say. What are you doing in those clothes? How dare you make a mockery?
Mother Isabel, forgive me.
I remember you. You're Mr. Capwell. I'm waiting for an explanation, Mr. Capwell. And make it good.
To you.
You mean to us?
No, I mean to you. Took a lot of courage to face Dylan like that.
Well, I had to, I think. I mean, he may not understand, but at least I tried, right?
I'm just sorry he doesn't have the sense to listen to you.
I don't think he's listening to anyone anymore. I'm real worried about what's happening to him, Nick.
What do you mean? What happened?
Just seeing him sitting in that room alone. He's so caught up in these visions of what things should be and how he should be, and he's so far from reality.
Dylan always thought that he could live in his dreams, Kelly.
Maybe you should go see him.
Someday, maybe. I don't think that he's ready to see me now.
You know, every time I think of how close you two used to be, it just makes me
Don't.
sick.
The sole reason for your going there was to leave the past behind. Let's not dredge it up now.
Okay. That's right. Tonight is for thinking of the future.
I'm not thinking at all. For me, just looking at you is enough. Let's dance. Why not?
This is nice. Maybe we could dance through today and through tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Or at least until they kick us out.
Oh, they can't kick me out. I'll pull rank.
I have a better idea.
What?
Reach in my pocket and you'll find out.
What is this?
My heavens, it's a key.
No.
Are those numbers on there?
Well, I think they are. Now, might there be a room in this very hotel with these numbers on it?
I think there might be.
No.
Yes.
What do you think you're doing? Let Mary go this instant.
I'm not abducting her. Am I forcing you to do anything?
No, but I think we should explain.
Mary, how can you expect Mother Isabel to understand something we've been wrestling with for months?
Mary came here because she was suffering from confusion. She was being pulled in many directions. And now you show up and pull her all over the place. You've come at a time when she's vulnerable and you've taken every advantage.
Well, that's not really true.
I don't want to tell you how to run your life. All I want is for you not to allow someone else to.
Mason isn't interfering, though, Mother Isabel. He really understands what's been going on, and he's actually been very patient with me.
Patience is a virtue of a mature adult. Would you call this man standing in front of me patient? He's been pulling at you like a dumb beast.
Well, Mason has a tendency to be like that, actually.
I see nothing here to smile about. Mr. Capwell entered these premises under false pretenses.
Well, I assure you no disrespect was intended. Mary, I think we've said all that we can say. Please come with me. Would you excuse us, Mother?
Mason, what are you doing?
I think it's called a mule. A little primitive, but it should work. We'll make arrangements to have the animal returned as soon as we get where we're going to go.
You're dreaming. Mary isn't going anywhere with you on that. You're not, are you? You're not really going to leave with him like this, are you?
Mother Isabel, I'm not sure I can pass up an exit like this.
Would you hold that? This too.
What?
Hi-O Silver away. They love it when you speak their language.
Well, I've seen a lot of crazy things in my time, but...
But we win hands down, right? Yeah.
Mother Isabel, thank you for everything. I'll send for my things.
You'd better make sure they let you receive packages in the psychiatric ward.
Don't worry, she's safe with me.
Mr. Capwell, your own shadow isn't safe with you.
Who was that man?
He didn't leave a silver bullet.
Look, it just seems that there should be a way to do us more justice, to honor the fact that we're beginning again, and this is just not special enough. Sorry. I must be insane. Forget whatever I just said. Come on, let's go.
No, you're right. Come on. Let's make this special. Let's make it full of style and flair and surprises. Just leave it up to me.
This was my idea, you know.
Well, I'm taking over now. And the wheels are already turning.
All right, you take this, and why don't you give me a preview?
Nothing will pry these plans from my lips.
Lips.
Nick, come on.
Blame it on yourself. You said lips. The power of suggestion drives me wild.
You get out of here. I got some thinking to do.
Okay. I think I'm going to make a stop in the way.
Where?
I was thinking about what you said about Dylan. I want to go see it.
I do love you.
I love you too.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste time with accusations, Gina.
What do you mean, accusations?
I realize you're holding back what you know. So what will persuade you to drop this pretense?
There is no pretense.
You listen to me. There are other lives at stake besides yours. There is a murderer out there, a man who might likely kill again. You have the power to identify him. Now you're going to let that man go free?
I'm remembering more and more every day. Didn't Cruz tell you that? I might be able to remember the murderer someday.
That's wonderful. How much have you remembered so far?
I remember marrying you and living in your mansion with you. And I remember the day you threw me out and you took my son away from me.
Well, maybe I can make that up to you.
What do you mean?
Maybe I can find a way to get Brandon back for you.
How can you do that? You've given Cruz and Santana permanent custody, haven't you?
Jeannie, you forget I have some influence in the state. All I have to do is talk to some of the judges. Ask them to reverse the decision they made in haste.
Would you really do that?
If you tell me who your accomplice was.
What accomplice?
Who was involved with you in trying to murder Eden?
Wait a minute. There wasn't anybody. I mean, I had nobody, no accomplice. I was a victim just like Eden.
Oh, then you do remember that day in the boathouse.
I remember bits and pieces, flashes of things. I remember warning Eden that there was somebody out there to kill us both.
Well, if you could remember who that person was and that person is apprehended and prosecuted, then I will see to it that you get Brandon back. They even have a letter of agreement to that effect. Read it.
Wait a minute. I don't know about this accomplice stuff. I don't want to get dragged into that.
Gina, you cooperate. I'll do everything I can to see that you're not prosecuted.
I really do want to
Why don't
help.
you think about it, huh? Think about what it'll be like to have your son back. Who knows? Maybe your memory will come back in good working order. I'll keep in touch.
God. Maybe I could have him back.
What the hell do you want?
I wanted to talk to you.
Everybody wants to talk to me today. What, I win a lottery or something? Well, when's the last time that we had a brotherly talk that wasn't a fight?
Too long. How's the leg?
Oh, I get it. A pity reunion. I should have guessed.
I didn't come here to pity you, Dylan. Just came to find out how you are.
Well, it's great. Couldn't be better. Of course, I'm going to walk with a limp, but maybe that'll give me the character you said I always lacked. Want a drink?
No, thank you.
Saw Kelly today.
So did I. I know that.
Why did you send her here?
She came on her own, Dylan. Actually, I advised her against it.
Right. You heard that she was going to give me the, come on, can't we at least be friends routine, and it broke your heart, so you told her to stay away from me.
I don't know why you think she came here, but she had every good intention to square you away once and for all.
Callie doesn't even know what she wants to do half of the time. Nick, she screwed up her life and she screwed up mine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She started feeding me all this psychological bull about some guy from out of her past. I couldn't listen to it. She's out of her mind.
Listen, maybe I should come back another time when you're sober.
What are you really doing here?
I was hoping maybe we can move on, Dylan.
Move on? You and Kelly sail off into the sunset. What do I get? What about me? Huh? What am I? Am I going to be the faithful sidekick? Yeah, the guy with the limp, he's always got to be the faithful sidekick. The hero and his girl sail away, and the sidekick remains behind and waves goodbye.
Is that all that's inside of you now, Dylan? Bitterness and blame.
What do you want from me? What are you doing here?
I'm here because I'm your brother. I love you.
Well, let me wipe the tears away, and then I'll be right back with you.
Best I could do on short notice.
This is for us?
It's for you.
But when I don't understand when you could have done this.
Remember when I stopped to make that phone call?
Only you could have done this with one phone call. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Now, you're beautiful. Come on inside. I want you to see it.
I'm speechless.
Good. I think it rates that.
Would anyone else in the world think to do this?
I hope not.
It reminds me of the time when you picked me up in a limousine and we had champagne and strawberries, and I felt like royalty.
You should always feel that way. Especially tonight.
I'm so happy.
Why don't we sit down?
What is this?
Desert clothes. I thought since we were in here, we might as well dress the occasion.
I feel like I'm in a dream.
So do I.
Dom Perignon of EE.UU.
I think, let's go with the Dom Perignon. And I don't have to ask you about the caviar. I think you know what I like.
Of course, Miss Capwell.
Now, I don't think we should serve dinner until at least 9:30 or so.
You chose the quail.
Right, unless you have another recommendation.
No, indeed.
Okay, well, I unless I have a change of heart, which I don't think I will, I'll give you a call. Other than that, we're all settled, I think.
I'm sure you and Mr. Hartley will be pleased.
Well, thank you.
It's Gina.
What do you want?
I thought you should know. I'm starting to get my memory back.
What?
They've been putting a lot of pressure on me, and I guess it's working.
All right, Gina, what exactly are you starting to remember?
The boathouse. Eden's gone over it with me so many times. It's starting to take shape.
What about the boathouse?
I remember a man there who was threatening me, and he looked a lot like you, Kirk.
Okay, what do you want?
I have everything I want. At least I will as soon as this is all over, and I tell them what I know.
When is that going to be?
Tomorrow. If I were you, I'd make a reservation to someplace very distant. I don't think you'll want to stick around too much longer.